Got 3 shots to go down. You got to look at the crowd, take it in a little bit. What did that feel like?
Felt really good. Anytime you can hit back-to-back threes in an NBA game, good feeling. I thought I had a third one, but it went in and out, and I felt good to catch a good rhythm tonight.
Any rhyme or reason why you had a couple slow shooting games? Obviously, no one, none of the coaching staff, Jason Kidd, he's not worried about it. Nobody's worried about it, but.
Yeah. Haven't played since April, so can't really simulate live play no matter how much you practice. So at the end of the day, it is the preseason, and that's what it's for, is to get your legs under you and to just find a good rhythm. And I thought I was able to do that in 3 preseason games.
You got a day yesterday, I guess, to kind of get your feet wet with Luka. Where would you say you guys are now with a week still to tweak and a long marathon ahead?
I think we'll be great, and a huge reason why I'm here is because of Luka and the chance to play with him. And with the week ahead, we'll have a lot of time to build great chemistry. But he's such a great player. I don't think he needs much time to get acclimated to new teammates. He's elevated everybody's game since he's been in the NBA.
Klay, what have your early impressions been of playing for Jason Kidd with the Mavs so far?
I've really enjoyed playing with Mr. Kidd. First off, I was just a huge admirer of his game growing up, especially his mixtapes, some of the best ever. The pass see-through, you still don't see to this day. I mean, Luka does a good impression of it. And he just seems like such a great leader, and he is able to convey his message very well when he speaks. So I have really enjoyed playing for Mr. Kidd, like I said, and I'm excited to play for him for the next few seasons, obviously.
Like, thinking big picture a bit, you've been on teams with great players before. What does it take to actually, play or serve in your role on a good team? And I guess what type of sacrifice does it take?
I think when you are on a team with championship aspirations, you have defined roles, everybody on the team, and we obviously know who the guys are who are going to bring us there, but it's up to everybody else, like myself, to define our role and see what we can do to help this team win as many games as possible. And we are lucky to have 2 superstars in Kai and Luka, and then depth. I mean, we're lucky to have great depth, and just defining your role is what really helps teams reach their peak.
Klay, how do you switch mentally from preseason to the season?
There's not much of a switch, honestly. You want to do your best no matter when you put an NBA uniform on, because you see the patch, you see the number, you see your name, and with that comes a ton of pride. So that's why it's so important to treat these games like regular season, because they prepare you for what's to come. And I'll be ready in a week. I haven't been this excited in a long, long time.
Klay, you played with superstars like Steph Curry, Kyrie, and Luka. How are you able to just go out there and just let the game come to you instead of just forcing everything?
Kevin Durant, too. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
You try to simplify things, and not when you're on such a talented team, you don't have to be a hero. And that's what attracted me to come here was I think these guys can help me get the best out of myself. And lastly, just have fun. Like, when you're having fun, you're playing with a smile on your face, basketball is the best.
Klay, Derek Lively had mentioned how important it is for him as he's building chemistry with you to figure out your rhythm as a shooter. You guys worked a lot on handoffs at practice yesterday, and just how has that process gone with him? What have you learned about him as a screener?
Well, D-Live has so much potential. It's really cool to see Tyson Chandler working with them because Tyson was such a great player here. And they play very similar styles. What's really impressed me about Derek is his post game. I mean, I didn't know he had such great touch. He has a great spin move. He's got a great jump hook. And I think we can really utilize that this year because so much switching happens in the NBA. I think he can grow his game with the ability to hit that jump hook. I mean, it's kind of a lost art in today's NBA. It was like a go-to shot back in the day, and I think D-Live will keep that shot alive, so will Gaff. I mean, those guys are such great finishers at the rim that they'll help my game just as much as I help them.
Klay, piggybacking off of his question a little bit, when you're looking at yourself, you've been used as a screener a little bit, but also as a ball handler. How do you think doing both of those things can really help unlock your full game here with the Mavs?
That's just being a basketball player. I mean, it feels just as good to set up a teammate for an open shot as it does to make an open shot or push the break and initiate the offense. And I think I have the ability to have a really complete floor game, but I'm just going to do whatever this team asks me because at the end of the day, winning trumps everything.
And how's it been in the preseason so far? How are you feeling?
I've been feeling good, just making sure I stay in game shape, getting in game shape, and just coming out and just being ready to play. Been going good so far.
I know yesterday was the first time you had Luka available for practice. How did y'all have the pieces together? What was that like getting on the floor for the first time?
It was good, just seeing him back on the floor, just making a good recovery with the calf stuff that he has going on. It's always good to see a guy come back from an injury.
Daniel, without having a test run in the preseason, how pivotal is the next week heading into the season opener for y'all?
I feel like it's going to be big for us because now, real things starts now. Everybody's going to come in, and first game ain't going to be no cakewalk. San Antonio's going to come in, and they're going to for sure try to win that game. So we just got to be ready, know that they're going to try to throw the first punch, come out and just play winning basketball with the mindset of just, doing everything. Everything's not going to be perfect. We're going to make mistakes, but we learn from those mistakes on the fly. It'll help us out in the end game.
What have you seen so far from Klay in terms of just how he's been shooting, and then obviously he's able to create attention by driving into the lane and finding him?
I mean, really just, his patience. It's kind of up and down for him right now, I'm pretty sure, because he's dealing with a new team, new scheme, a lot of defensive stuff coming his way, so I'm pretty sure he's trying to adjust the best way he can, but I feel like he's, taking the right approach to it. He's not letting anything get to him. He's just coming out and he's just playing basketball.
Speaking of adjusting, a guy like you come in mid-season, you kind of learn on the fly. How's it feel having just a full training camp, full preseason to actually implement yourself in the second season with the Mavs?
It feels good, just to come in and just be able to kind of start from day one with, a team that I started with throughout the season last year. It's good for me because now, I got kind of like, the base of operations when it comes to our defense, our offense, everything we want to do throughout the season, our goals, just simple stuff.
Daniel, going off that question, what have your thoughts been so far playing for Jason Kidd over the past, half a year or so?
It's been great, I feel like he's a real down-to-earth coach and he just understands the game because he played, you know what I'm saying? So it's just the way he approaches is just, it's like a calm vibe that he comes in with, If he has to get on you, let you know about some stuff, he will. But majority of the time it's just, he's just a real chill coach. He tries to be at a level of the relationship-wise to where it's like everybody's comfortable around each other.
Daniel, do you think some of that comfortability and his ability to relate to you guys comes from him playing in the NBA for so long?
Oh, of course. That's just like any coach in the league. It's just, you've been a part of it, so you understand how the flow of the game goes. And to be able to kind of like implement that in a coaching standpoint, it just shows, the diversity of guys going from being players to coaches. It just helps out a lot because now you can help the younger generation that's coming in understand the game a lot more.
Jason, what do you think of the health out there?
Everybody's healthy. Number one goal, what you want to get work done. You want to focus on a couple things, rotation-wise, or guys playing. But I know everybody feels that I answer this question the same way. Health is important. You got to be healthy to have a chance to compete or to win. But tonight gave everyone got an opportunity to get their work in, and I thought everybody did a great job.
I'm sure there's no concern about Klay, missing some shots earlier in the preseason, but I assume it's also good to see him, get three in a row there, be able to kind of look at the crowd, hear the cheers. What was your view of him in that quarter and what it meant, even in a small way?
Yeah, I thought Klay's gotten great looks in and out. They haven't gone down, but that's the life of a shooter. He probably can speak better than I can, but he's going to keep shooting, and he made some, and and I think you can see his feet are settling. He's getting comfortable. I think yesterday was big for him to be able to play with Luka. He hasn't had that opportunity, and so again he made three in a row. But that's we've seen that in that other jersey, so it's good to see it in our jersey. And so you can see he responded to the crowd. He's excited to be here. He wants to be here, and he's going to help us win.
Coach Kidd, when you're looking at Derek Lively, the Seconds game last year, primarily a rim roller, and tonight he brought out a couple post hooks and floaters. What did you think of that part of his game, and are those some shots that you want him taking this season?
Yeah, I thought he was great. He's been great, in practice and in the games. I thought his touch around the rim with the baby hooks are really, really nice with both left or right. That's something that he's worked extremely hard on. He's not rushing it. He's very comfortable, and then also we know that he's a willing passer, and so being able to do that. But to go to him in a post, I think that's something that we can look to, especially with the space that we'll have with guys on the perimeter, that he'll be able to take his time and play one-on-one, and he's delivered it so far, in the preseason. We believe going forward he can do that too.
What are some other things you saw out of the other young players like D-Will?
Yeah, I thought our E10s in two ways have been great for us all camp, and they probably have gotten to play a little bit more than expected because of injuries, and I think they've taken full advantage of that. And I thought Sharp, from where he started in Summer League to where he is today, is a massive jump, and give him credit. Also, I want to give my coaching staff credit for spending the time and putting in the time, both in the morning and night, with that young man, and he's great to work with, and he wants to work. He loves to be coached, but you can see the growth that he's had. And so you look at B. Will, being able to control, run the offense, and get everybody involved. You look at Jazz the same way, his growth from this summer to where he's at. Give him credit for putting in the time both morning and night, and the coaching staff that spent time with him. But E-Man, those guys competed, and that's what our culture is all about, and our job is to help those guys get better. They come to work every day. They don't complain. They did everything we've asked them to do, and so we hope they're with the legends as we go forward, and we're going to continue to work with them and try to develop them so that they can reach their goal, and that's to play in the NBA.
Coach, when you see Max play with confidence like you did today, how does it make you feel?
It's great. I think Max, again, Summer League to where he is today, it's you can see the confidence is growing. The work that he's put in, the control, especially in this last game, just being under control, and the game is, I think, starting to slow down for him. And so he's not forcing things, but again, he's put in the time, both with the coaches and then also watching film, and he wants to get better, and that's the beauty of these young men. They all come into work, watch film, and we're asking them to do things on the floor, and they're delivering.
With a week to go to kind of fine tune some things, how do you feel about where you guys are overall, getting ready for the long marathon?
Yeah, well, I think you can ask me that on Wednesday. We got Luka for 1 day, so we've had him a total of 2 days here of training camp. So I think to be able to get him tomorrow and with the guys and start to foster that chemistry and just getting to know each other. I think that's, we got a week to do that, or less than a week to do that. We'll have Sunday off, but we're in a good seat. We're healthy. We're deep, and now we have to, become a team. We're not the team from last year. We'll be a different team, and we'll be judged throughout. I know you guys will judge us each game, but it's to be judged hopefully in April, May, and June is Judgment Day. So hopefully we have that opportunity to get there.
I know Grimes wasn't able to put the ball in the basket, but he was able to go get 10 rebounds. And for him to do that at his size, I guess, what does that say about his ability to do that?
Yeah, and I know the numbers here. I'm tired. I don't want to look, but he was plus 27, I think. Did he score?
1 point.
1 point. That's kind of almost impossible, but it also shows that he can do other things. And when we need that, this is about sacrificing and being unselfish. Some nights it might not be your offensive night, so what else can I do? And I thought he did a great job. He got great looks early, and then I think he shifted to playmaking and then also being able to help us on the defensive side of rebounding the ball. And as Smalls in this league, you need guys like that, and we're happy to have him on our side. The other night, he knocks him down. Tonight, he didn't, but the guys that were on the floor were, and I think that's how he had the plus 27. But to score 1 point and have plus 27, that's pretty cool.
So what's something about Grimes' game that maybe surprised you or you didn't notice being on the opposite end?
Well, I think if I recall, he was a starter on a team that won 47 games. And so we're asking him to come off the bench some nights he might start. And so he's just been a pro. He wants to be here. He's, again, another guy who comes to work. We like guys who like to come to work. And he's put in the time, and he's doing everything we've asked him to do. And, the next step is, again, to foster that relationship with Kai and Luka, because he's going to be on the floor with those guys. But I think his toughness, his ability to defend, and then he can knock down open shots as we see. Yes, sir.
You going to the season, you do have a lot of scores in comparison to last year. How are you able to keep everyone involved, especially in the preseason and moving forward into regular season?
Well, we're going to flatten the ball. We're going to cut pieces and hand them out to everybody on Wednesday, so everybody can't say they didn't get a chance to touch the ball. No, this is, we're playing for one thing, and that's to win. And so everyone has to put their eye to the side and think about we and us. And so that's what we have in that locker room, and we're excited about that group. But again, as we just talked about, it could be anybody's given night. And we got guys who were here just half the season can be able to tell the new guys, just be patient. You're going to get wide open shots. You're going to get a lot of touches. Even though Luka and Kai will have the ball, they're going to score and they're going to do what they do. But also you're going to be open. You're going to be a big part of the team. And so it's good to have guys that are new that can share their experiences for the newcomers. And so I don't think we'll have a problem sharing the ball. I think the problem is just being patient because there's only 48 minutes in a game. And so, but that's why we're here, and we believe that everybody will get their minutes and shots.
Coach, when you were answering that question about Sharp earlier, you mentioned the legends. I was seeing, could you provide some clarity there?
I'm not involved in the decision making. No. I just was thinking that if we don't make him a two-way, that he hopefully he is with the legends. But he's got a clearer process, I think. But I'm not involved in those decisions. I'm just the coach that gets the cards, and the cards that I'm handed, I'm gonna play. So not to clarify anything. I didn't want you to get into your question. So, okay.
So Jazzy Gorman's had a pretty good preseason. What can you say about his development as a player, what you've seen these past 4 weeks?
Yeah, he was terrible in Summer League. And I'm just telling you the truth. And so for what he's put in, the time that he's put in, he's worked extremely hard. It just shows that you can fail and fall. As long as you have a group that believes in you and you believe in yourself and you're going to do the work, good things will happen. And he's a case for that. He struggled this summer, but he did not stop working. He came back and took full advantage of what we've asked him to do. And so hopefully there's good things for him to come going forward.